Good evening, my fellow Americans. Tonight I want to talk to you on a subject of deep concern to all Americans and to many people in all parts of the world, the war in Vietnam. I would like to answer some of the questions that I know are on the minds of many of you listening to me. How and why did America get involved in Vietnam in the first place?
We were like 21, 22, 23 years old. We were kids. We were people who'd come up in activism. We were born in the civil rights movement. We were then born in the anti-war movement. We were born in the women's movement and in the beginning of the queer movement. So all this ferment was happening. And one principle was look to the most oppressed.
The combination of the word black and power shocked the nation. I mean, white people went nuts. You know, they just went nuts.
With the last words on my lips that I am a revolutionary, and you're gonna have to keep on saying that.
When Fred Hampton was murdered, even though I was incarcerated at the time, I knew immediately that Fred did not die at the hands of the police officers with the guns who invaded his home. That was set up. And later it was proven that it was set up.
We've got to be out there and not just applauding from the sidelines. But we identified that as being racist, to not take any of the costs.
I was convinced that these guns were not loaded with live ammo. I thought, how ridiculous would that be? Until I saw the ground in front of me churn up, and I realized at that moment that they were live bullets. I was also shot at that point.
The guard all turn in unison and they all shoot in unison. 61 to 67 bullets at unarmed students. My sister was 343 feet away from her shooters.
You had people linking arms and being pepper sprayed or cannoned or beaten for calling for an end to the war. You saw moments and were part of moments where the human spirit was really at its best.
I think it's fair to say that we lost all our political struggles in the 60s. We didn't end capitalism, we didn't end imperialism, we didn't end racism, we didn't actually end the war in Vietnam. However, we did win all the cultural battles. There's no place in the United States you can go today where there's not a women's movement, an environmental movement, alternative health movements. These things are exerting long-term pressures that are deeply and subtly transformative. And it was our assertion then that they were more powerful than politics.